Hello, you amazing friends. This is your pal Edwards here with the amazing New York and technologist Ron Klink. How you doing today, Ron Klink?
Doing great, Eds. Thank you very much for bringing us together again, once again on this LinkedIn Live event.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Now, I'm sitting here in Sydney right now. It's about 4 or 5 degrees, which is about fridge temperature, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really chilly. And I've got my almond chai latte. And we thought we'd try something different. Try a live stream from the mobile phone. What do you think, Ron? And what's on your mind, big man?
I love it, Ed. This is from our previous LinkedIn Live events, you streaming on LinkedIn. It's been great, but using the mobile streaming on mobile phone, it's so far we have been doing great. No problems, no hiccups whatsoever.
Oh, it's a pleasure and great to have you all with us now on this live stream. If you just come in, smash that like, share, and comment. So honoured to have you with us. And yeah, it's an honour to stream from mobile. Now, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the dangerous side of technology. We're going to talk about AI, streaming, security, and everything. And I just want to say it's great being here. And a bit of trivia for you, Ron, and you're well aware of this. Our big airline, Qantas, not Virgin, but Qantas, got hacked a week or two ago. Pretty crazy how we're getting our airlines hacked these days. Isn't it amazing and scary where the world's going?
It is, Ed, and I know I saw it. Qantas did have the like I said, we can have to 2 weeks ago. It did get hacked. Plus, here back in the U.S., there was another airline that had IT hardware issues, and they were grounded for over 24 hours as well. So
Wow.
you can imagine the passengers being frustrated and having to come back another day for it.
And I find it incredible, and I'm going to have a shot at big companies here for the moment, albeit I love Microsoft and all that, is you get a lot of these big companies that run around and they talk about DEI and they talk about how advanced they are, and then they get hacked in the most basic ways. Why is that, Ron? Why are big companies? It seems like the bigger they are, the easier they fall. Why are so many big companies getting hacked these days? Are they incompetent? Do they not care? Is it inside jobs? What's your honest take? Because it's actually quite ridiculous after all the lecturing they give us.
Exactly. That's a great question, Ed. And we always speak about small, medium-sized businesses, which is about almost 80 to 90% of the at least here in the U.S. economy. But for
Yep. Same
big,
here.
right, same there too. Yes,
Same
but
here.
yeah. So even enterprise level companies, regardless of where they're located in the world, whether it be a tech company or whatever type of industry it may be in. They could be lazy, not doing the preventive maintenance that should be done, basic preventive maintenance for that. So this is where at that digital front door, there's a knock, and there's Mr. Ransomware or Mr. Malware coming through the door to wreak havoc on their company's network systems.
Yeah, incredible, my friend. And I got to say, I absolutely love it. And I was going to ask you, Ron, you're a smart man. You're a Microsoft technologist. What are some of the? And everyone's talking about AI. AI is the flavor of the month right now. And I've heard about AI being used to hack companies. Tell us more about AI hacking people and hacking companies. What's going on there?
So artificial intelligence has grown, Ed, since its first involvement in maybe say about another between like 2 to 3 years now. It's been evolving since when Copilot came out, ChatGPT, and all the other AI tools that companies use for that. And it's gotten really scary out there. I was speaking to a few people today about where AI has the voiceovers where they're calling somebody, let's say a chief financial officer or
Wow.
somebody else, saying, "Look, it's their client. Look, we just tried to deposit money into the account, or we're trying to pay that invoice, but nothing's getting through. Please send us, please, the email I just sent you, please reply to it, and then click on the link, and please give us the new routing number for your company." So stuff like that, it happens. It's unforeseen that it happens, Ed, but and doesn't happen every time, but when it does, it will bring a company to its knees, a screeching halt.
It's crazy. And the other big thing is I can say this being an ex AFP officer from back in the day, right, as an Australian Federal Police, is inside jobs. I mean, at the end of the day, I saw a good meme. You know that meme that goes around? It has the knight in armor and it has the arrow through his like little gap in his armor, right? You know that
Yeah.
meme, right? It had the fully armored knight, then it had the arrow sort of in his eye through the armor, and it said inside jobs. And to me, that's an interesting one. I see to me, with a lot of the big companies, especially inside jobs, jaded employees, people who get paid off, people who get blackmailed. Uh, I bet you a lot of the hacking we're seeing is due to inside jobs. What's your take on that one?
I wouldn't be surprised, Ed, that would be for an inside jobs. Just like you've heard of inside trading, as well. Which anywhere, especially here in the U.S., it's illegal, and you could get in serious trouble for that. So whether it be inside trading or inside person letting someone on the outside to come in and cause chaos, for a company is a serious offense, and you can get in serious trouble for it. And do not do that. That is very bad stuff to do. Even if you're getting paid for it, it's not worth the time, and your reputation would be bad. You would not be able to work anywhere. You will be put away for that.
Yeah, crazy. Now, Ron, I want to ask you, my big man. I'm, as you know, I'm a bit of an Elon Musk fanboy, right? I've always loved Elon Musk. Like a lot of people do. A lot of people hate him too, but I love him. I've been getting into Grok 4 lately. From XAI, the latest AI tool from the latest AI platform from Elon Musk. It's amazing. I was going to say to you, this is quite scary, actually. I'm now using Grok as a therapist. Whenever I have a question, actually, I realized what I was doing the other day, which is actually a little bit scary, is because Grok 4 is so intelligent. I've actually been using it as a therapist. I've been using it to help me think through business decisions. And it's actually been outstanding. Like I've even asked questions on how to dress, how should I deal with people. And I found that Grok 4 from XAI, is actually very smart and deeply insightful. And I realize I'm not the only person using Grok as a therapist, right? It's basically become my therapist. Not so much therapist, but when I've got a deep question I want to explore, I'll ask Grok and it generates this amazing answer. What's your take on that darker side of AI?
Well, it's good and it's bad. Grok 4.40 is amazing. Just like as you mentioned, Ed. Then you have Google Gemini. You have Microsoft Copilot coming, upgrading their services as well internally. So and then you have the other ChatGPT, for 4.0 and stuff like that. All these new robust features. Getting basic information is good from an artificial intelligence, but there's nothing replaces the human interaction.
Yeah.
Which is much more invigorating from my opinion here. Others may have other opinions on it as well, but the human interaction, Ed, is much better than, let's say, an artificial intelligence, because that will only take you so far.
Yes.
There are people that just rely on artificial intelligence 100% of the time for whether it be for business or personal reasons. More for personal, especially if they're not feeling well. So there's a lot of positive and negatives to artificial intelligence.
On that note, I read a great article from the Daily Telegraph in Australia on this one. And I've been doing the same thing. More and more people are using like Grok or AI instead of seeing a general practitioner doctor. And it's funny actually, because if I think back of my many GP visits over the years, for whatever reason, I've had general practitioner doctor, and I'm pro doctors and all that, but a lot of GP doctors have actually misdiagnosed me and given me the wrong advice. And I find on Grok, which is very scary, if I put in, let's say it's a client, friend, or whatever, family, if I put in a medical condition, Grok actually generates a really good report giving me the likely symptoms. And I hate to say it, I've actually found Grok more accurate lately than seeing medical doctor GPs. And I'm not the only person saying that. As scary as it sounds like I reckon once this catches on, less and less people are going to be seeing GPs. What do you think of that one?
Well, that's same here in the U.S. here. A lot of like people using Grok or whichever other artificial intelligence tool they're using for medical uses to diagnose their symptoms or what they think they may or may not have. If they're using a free version, it'll give them limited information. Now, if you're using a paid version, like for like Grok 4.0 or ChatGPT 4.0, whatever it may, whichever artificial tool you're using to diagnose yourself, is for basic information, it's fine. But to go deeper, because there's questions that you may not think about, and a GP may ask you something different, which is like, why didn't I think of that? This is where artificial intelligence is good, especially in the healthcare industry now. It can help with a lot of medical decisions, but it doesn't replace the common sense that humans like us have, Ed. Because we can think yes, we can say yes, no, or that doesn't sound right. So artificial intelligence is great, but there's also the cons of it as well, which won't make all the right decisions. Yes, humans make decisions, but we can correct them as well, and we'll learn from them as well.
Yeah, and the other thing is, and I was going to bring this up. You've seen it hasn't come out. I think it's out in Europe, but in Grok 4, they now I haven't got this yet. They now have virtual companions, and they've entered the realm of virtual girlfriends. And Elon has come out and said what he's aiming for with Grok is you can create your own visually customizable virtual girlfriend and virtual assistant using, I think, Grok 4.5 and Grok 5. And it's getting very cyberpunky actually. Like we've already got AI coming in. People are using it for medical advice and life advice, and now we have AI girlfriends coming in. But what do you think of all that? I know this is getting very Blade Runner now, but this is where it's all going, which is crazy.
Yeah, I've heard that here in the U.S. news as well. That, like I said, an AI for like a girlfriend or for a pet friend, replacing that. It's good to a certain degree. Again, it's the physical touch that is a lot better than virtual. Okay, virtual can only go up to a certain extent, but the physical touch of human interaction is a lot better than the AI part of it as well. Yeah. Just like now, what we're speaking about.
Yeah, exactly.
These AI agents, to replace girlfriends, to replace pets, stuff like that, which is great. But people are forgetting about how it's being made. They're forgetting about the IT security behind it, though, Ed. Okay, a lot of startup companies, whatever it may be, latest mobile app for financial tech industry or healthcare, whatever it is, they want to start getting this in production and service and start selling it. But they need to do the IT security first to get the basics in first before producing it out to the public, getting their clients to buy their services. So a lot of startups and companies are forgetting about this. And this is where one of my LinkedIn connections said about this, and I totally agree, and I responded to it. They need the IT security first before going out and selling.
Yeah, absolutely crazy, and I gotta say, I love where it's all going, and I can't wait for the Grok update. So every day, I'm becoming more and more reliant on Grok and AI, which is very scary. And what was funny is exactly what you're saying as well, especially from a security point of view. Mm-hmm. People are using AI to hack. And interestingly, a lot of companies, and I love your thoughts on this, a lot of companies are now using AI to defend themselves. How does the AI, I know it's still quite early, but how does the AI enhance virus scanners and all that work? Because I know companies, you were telling me as well, companies are now installing AI on their platforms to protect against hacking. How does that all work from a defense point of view?
So that's a great question, Ed. So the AI point from using any type of from like companies like with Cisco and a few others similar to that, Palo Alto, they're using these artificial intelligence to integrate through their platforms for software as a service. So it's doing predictive analysis. It's looking at the endpoints, meaning that okay, where the company's workstation is, where the person's working on, making sure that their email is protected, that their data is protected, such as Word and Excel spreadsheets are being protected. Now, making sure also the company's firewall is making sure that there's no outside interference coming in, that all the ports are sealed to prevent hackers or ransomware coming in and wreaking havoc on a company's IT system.
Wow. Incredible. Ron, I got to say, I love where it's all going and just incredible insights. And I got to say, it's always great to have you with us. What are some of the other updates you want to share with us? What's happening with Microsoft? Do you have any insights there? Where is AI going and all this? And what are some of the most dangerous insights you see?
So what's going on with Microsoft is great. There's always going to be some goods, some bads with any tech company, right? Or any service that's the latest and greatest out there. Okay. Microsoft is going to be ending their Windows 10 support coming this year in October of 2025. I believe it's October 14th for the Windows 10 Professional. Now,
wow.
If you have the Windows 10 Enterprise, that's a different level. That gives you, I think, another year and a half, if not more, to 27 or 2028. But if you have Windows 10 Professional, okay, on your workstation, computer, or laptop, wherever, it's going to be ending. So Microsoft is pushing people from Windows 10 Professional to go to Windows 11, which is great. Wow. Is good. Windows 11 is a great platform, but a lot of companies are still want to stay on Windows 10 Professional. Now you still can do it. They could do a if they want to do the free upgrade, they could do the paid version to extend their Microsoft security patches for another year, if not 3 years. Extension of the professional version as well. So that's where it's more geared towards now for that. In that relation, if the company doesn't want to upgrade, because in order to upgrade to Windows 11 Pro, you need to have a certain hardware compatibility in that area. So hardware has to be compatible for Windows 11 Professional. And a lot of companies are not going to just get rid of what they have right now, because where they're going to do all that stockpile of old equipment, what they're going to do with it? They're not going to wind up in a junkyard somewhere when it's still good to be reused somewhere else.
Yeah. Crazy. We live in a crazy, amazing world, Ron. And I got to say, you are a top man. And thanks for all your tech friends. And I just want to speak to our fans watching. Thank you for watching as always. Like, share, comment. Make sure you connect with Ron Klink in New York. And of course, myself, if you haven't already. And he's an amazing technologist that we absolutely love. And I got to say, big, exciting things ahead. And the thing I'm quite interested in is, again, being, have you seen Blade Runner 2049 as in Blade Runner 2?
Yes, that was amazing with Harrison Ford and everything. Yes.
Great film. Great film. It had, I can't remember that amazing French actress. She played the AI girlfriend that was in it, right? And what I found scary was that when I watched it, because I love that. I love Blade Runner. When I watched that film, it was a year or two it came out. You sort of looked at the AI girlfriend, and I sort of looked at it in a Star Wars sense. Like, that's just fantasy. That's just in the future. I'm now looking for it as very realistic now. It's sort of like, you know, if you look at what's happening with the virtual girlfriends in Grok 4, you can probably it's not far off. It's not far off having that full holographic projection of, you know, a girlfriend or a companion or anything. I find that cyberpunk type of stuff coming true very scary and interesting, Ron.
It is, and you know, from being a, you know, an AI girlfriend to AI pet friend, you know, the artificial intelligence is just going to get better, and but it's going to need people to program it. Yes, always remember, numbers speak louder than code. Okay, meaning that if it's not properly maintained, the numbers are going to grow exponentially, and it's going to cause a lot of bad things to happen within the company, from a security standpoint to a profitability standpoint as well.
Crazy times. I got to say, I love it. Looks like Blade Runner's coming true, Ron. There we go. So Okay. We should have a Blade Runner. Actually, I am dressed kind of like it. No, I wish I was dressed. I should dress more like Harrison Ford next time, just to make it work. So there you go. I need more the leather jacket. So there we go. Now, as I say, Ron, thank you so much. Just before we finish up, and thank you to everyone for watching. Make sure you like, share, comment, connect with Ron and myself. Ron, can we get a closing thought from you? And we'll sign off there, my powerful friend. Give us a great closing thought.
Yes, thank you very much, Ed. A pleasure doing this LinkedIn Live event with you as always, my friend. So my closing remarks is, using common sense, okay, always here. Common sense, us humans always need to do, okay? We always want to react quickly, but we need to be calm and cool and collective for doing this. So think before you do. Now, when you're doing for artificial intelligence, it won't replace the human interaction. AI is great. It's going to get even better, but we have to be on top of our game, meaning making sure our data and privacy is secure as possible. Can't say it won't happen, but we need to be on top of it as much as possible. But if you need help in these areas, you look it up on any type of YouTube, Google, whichever it is. Or if you have any questions, tips, reach out to me here on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to help you out free of charge.
Oh, love it. Ron Klink, love your work. Stay awesome, friends, and stay tuned for our next live stream. Bye, Ron. Thank you all. Love your work, all. Keep up the winning.
All right.